Hey, Brave Souls, we are live, and this is Her Brave Story podcast, where we share women's stories because women's stories matter. I am your host, Chrystal Dawn, and I am so glad that you are back here with us today because this is the final day of the year. Yes, it is December 31st, 2025. I almost said 19. that's showing where I am. And I wanted to just take a moment to acknowledge that I am on the sacred lands of the Bundjalung people. I am on the sacred lands of the Rockwall people of the Bundjalung Nation, who are the traditional custodians of this land. And I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging, and all Torres Strait Islanders people. I'm so grateful to be here with you at the end of the year. And I have a little bit of a different setup today because I'm just so stoked I could be here with you today. It's been one of those days, brave souls. And I had to come here to thank you because you have turned up here with me throughout the year. We have been listening to and hearing and seeping in the wisdom of women who are sharing their brave stories. And these stories are stories of their life, stories of renewal, stories of starting over, stories of choosing yourself over and over again, brave souls. We are at 21 episodes, which is nothing but a small feat. It is a huge feat because most podcasts don't even make it to 7 episodes. And I think we're in the 75% never make it to 21 episodes. So we've now crossed that threshold. We've also crossed the threshold to be able to go live like this from my phone or anywhere else that this podcast finds us, as well as we've crossed over 50,000 views. So massive thank you to our YouTube family who are out there watching us, celebrating us, and sharing us. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do that. You help to amplify the voices of women rising and to keep Her Brave Story and One Brave Question alive. If you haven't hopped over to One Brave Question, please do that, brave souls, because that's our daily practice where we get curious and we ask brave questions. Because I do believe that we are one brave question and one brave action away from a breakthrough. And that could happen at any moment. I'm so grateful that you are here today because, number one, I'm thanking you. I'm also thanking the women who have had the courage to come on and share their stories. I'm going to thank myself for showing up here and doing the work that it takes to run a podcast while parenting full-time and running a small business as well. And because I love this, because I care about women's stories and believe that women's stories are valuable, that they matter, that we matter, that the world needs more women's stories and more brave stories, sharing our stories. And here we are coming together today to also close the year. Yesterday, I offered a live experience. It was a guided experience. Thank you to all of you who showed up here live for that. That was called Her Way Forward, where we hit pause, just like we're going to do right now, and bring the energy in and reflect, as well as take stock and acknowledge, celebrate our wins, see where the things that didn't go so well or not up to where we really had hoped that they went, and step into our bright future. So this is my gift to you, brave souls, if you showed up here today and you have been listening and you have been tuning in. And even if this is your first episode of Her Brave Story podcast, welcome, friend. I'm so grateful that you are here. My name is Chrystal Dawn, and I am a storyteller, a saltwater mama, and a women's empowerment guide. I like this word guide because coaching can kind of feel like a separate thing. I am a certified coach, as well as an NLP coach, a yoga teacher, a breath worker, and more importantly, a woman who is showing up on purpose to connect with you here in this space because I deeply care. And today, as we come into this space, I'm going to invite you to take a nice deep breath wherever you are today and to settle in to your sit bones. Before we get started, you might want to have some tissues with you, as well as a journal or a book. This is mine. I have my pen here somewhere sneaky it is. And your own presence and awareness. I'm going to invite you to take this moment for yourself, wherever you are. Maybe you are sitting here watching on YouTube. Maybe you are driving right now. Maybe you are running or walking or doing your regular exercise. Or maybe you're laying down and you're listening. Wherever you are today, you're taking this pause for yourself. We're reflecting on this year that has been 2025. And whether you believe in the Chinese zodiac and all that astrology, this has been the year of the snake. Whether you believe in that or not, the symbology of transformation is available for us. The shedding. This has been a big year of shedding, of letting go. Letting go of what has not served us up until now. So we're going to start this practice by just being where we are and noticing. Just noticing. See if you can notice anything that's coming up as you sit here and think about this year. What has this year really meant for you? If you distilled it down, what's really come up? And in this space, I'm going to encourage you to think of one thing that went really, really freaking well, really so amazingly well for you. One win. What's one win you can carry into the end of this year and the beginning of next year as we roll in? Because this is a continuation. There's no stopping and then starting. We don't just like rip off a page and then it's the next thing. We're actually rolling in. The thing that we do today matters, brave soul. It matters. What we're doing right now, setting this clear intention for 2026, this matters. This is your opportunity. This is your pause. This is your life. So as we come into this space, celebrating one win. It's one win. One win. For me, one win for this year was starting Her Brave Story podcast in the midst of a lot of chaos and uncertainty and moving spaces. Now you see I'm in a different space, modeling this as well as I go. This is what it can look like. Celebrating that win. You can drop it in the chat if you are here live. Thank you to those of you who are here live with me. I'm so grateful to see you live. And if you are not here live with me and you are listening at any other time, this practice is still valid. You are still in a relational space. You're still taking that pause. And you can still send me a message and say, yeah, this was my win. This is my flex. After reflecting on our win, I'm going to take another deep breath in. Just settle and notice. It's been a big year. It's been a really big year. What's something that didn't go according to plan or that feels really unfinished to you? Like, I wish I would have done that differently, or I didn't feel like that was complete. Or kind of feels like a bit of not a win. What's something that may have been even a little disappointing? In our lives, we have the wins, we have what we feel are losses, both and, right? And there's other things. We can't quite decide if these other things are wins or losses, but they're in there. What's one thing that you felt was kind of a bit of a loss? Maybe it's an energy loss. Maybe it was losing a friend. Maybe it was losing a lover or a relationship or a family member. My heart goes out to you if you have lost someone this year, brave soul. And if you are grieving or in a challenging space, so with one hand on heart, one hand on belly, and just grounding down into where you are right now, right here in this moment, this precious present moment. Write down that loss. What was that? What was that thing that was really a big loss for you? What was that thing? You got your win, you got your loss. Now, in the midst of all this, sometimes in the loss and all the things that we want to work towards, there's something else that's kind of feeling a bit stuck. Maybe it's the energy, maybe it's where we might have some space that feels uncleared. And our frequency is kind of delayed within that because the energy is circulating in one spot. Maybe you can even feel it in part of your body. It might be in your throat where you feel like it's stuck, or maybe low down in your tummy. It hasn't quite elevated yet and come up. In the quietest, deepest space, in the soft, gentle space that we're in this space of infinite possibilities, I'm going to encourage you right now to breathe into the spaces and just notice if there's anywhere that the energy feels stuck. And if it does, what can you feel there? Is there heat? Is there someone's name? Is there a color? Is there a sound? Is there just a tightness? I'm going to take this opportunity to name it, if you're able to name it. And I wonder if there's any unresolved business. Is there anyone we need to forgive today? We can get to the end of the year and maybe we were short with somebody. Maybe it's even someone who works with your children at the school, or someone you work with in the office, or a friend or a parent or a relative you were just a little bit short with because you had a misunderstanding and that hasn't been totally resolved. And that's causing a little tightness. Or maybe this relationship that's been hanging over you, maybe it's a co-parenting relationship, something you can't actually get out of, and you're feeling like you'll never get away from this thing, right? Write it down. Because maybe that forgiveness in this situation comes for yourself. I love what Peter Crone says, I forgive myself first. And Zach Bush says this too. Zach Bush is great. He says, the world's going to heal fastest when we actually forgive ourselves first. And we're kind of moving through this process at light speed because I want to give you this gift. I also am aware of the time frames, and I'm going out to the beach for New Year's Eve with my son and some of our friends. And I really wanted to give this to you. Take this moment to honor you. And to honor all the women who've come on here and shared their stories, taken the time and energy to sit with me. Maybe we forgive ourselves for not getting it right all the time, not being perfect. Anybody else dealing with that? And as we move through this, taking nice deep breaths, just soothing your body, whatever feels natural for you. Maybe it's a hug right now. This is a good time for a hug. Yeah, that thing. Whew. Thing I'm ready to let go of. Yeah, what are you ready to let go of? Maybe it's those losses. Maybe it's that person. Maybe it's that situation. Maybe that's that self-doubt. And yesterday during our Her Way Forward event, in that circle, in that space, one of the women shared she's ready to let go of the small stuff. Like she's been sweating the small stuff, right? So she's committed to letting go of sweating the small stuff. And one of her flexes, her wins, was she did something this year that she didn't know that she could do. So we hold them side by side, our wins, our losses. We can carry it forward, both end. in this space. And as we move through this space gently, acknowledging what came before this moment, our wins, our losses, where we could forgive, where we could maybe let go. What can you commit to letting go of? What are 3 things you can commit to letting go of? Maybe it's self-doubt. Could be perfectionism. Could be letting go of that old story. Could be setting a boundary, like letting go of that person. That person's not allowed to show up at your house anymore. That person can't just call whenever they want to, or you're not going to be sitting next to that person or sharing food with that person or whatever it is. Maybe you're letting go of eating sugar at night. You're letting go of not taking your health seriously. You're letting go of making other people a priority when you're the priority. Yeah. How does it feel when we make ourselves a priority again? What does it feel like to come home to ourselves? I wonder. 3 things. So write them down. 1, 2, 3. What are the 3 things you are committed to releasing today? I'm not going to release them tomorrow or the next day or whenever. We're releasing them today. Write them down. 1, 2, 3. And these things that we're committed to releasing, let's step into a more resource state. The person who won, the person who has that flex, the person who did the thing. What are they willing to embrace now instead of those 3 things? Maybe it was self-doubt and perfectionism and sweating the small stuff. And today you're looking to embrace and willing to embrace and committed. You are committed to this year, in this moment now, declaring, intending, setting a powerful intention to embrace self-love, being brilliant and imperfect, as my mentor, Dr. Claire Zammit, says, being brilliant and imperfect at the same time, instead of perfectionism. Instead of sweating the small stuff, committing to embracing being with whatever comes up and letting yourself maybe take a break. Maybe not get it right. Maybe broadcast from your living room, right? Does it really matter to you what the background looks like? No. Or maybe if it does, you're in the wrong show, but you're here for the value. You're here for the presence. You're here for this space, this container, this safe container that we're in. That matters more than anything else, the presence. So coming back to our value versus the small things that can get in the way of that self-doubt, self-criticism, not enoughness, feeling flat, overwhelmed, the joy stealers. What if it could be different? What if? What are you committed to embracing? What are you committed to? The 3 things that you are committed to releasing and the 3 things you are committed to embracing. I'd love to hear them. Drop them in the chat. Yesterday, one of the women wrote, pleasure. I'm committed to feeling more pleasure and more joy. Yes, 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 yes. I love this. I love this. Now keep these with you and keep them, if you can, on pieces of paper. Because later, if you want to, you can burn and release them. Or not. You can flush them down the toilet or bury them in the yard. But the act of this, some ceremony, some ritual, some movement, moves these things. Declare, move, commit. So you got these 3 things you're committed to releasing, 3 things you are committed to embracing. Now, take a moment, inhale up through your nose and exhale through your nose for twice as long. Inhale up for a count of 2. Hold it. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold it. And as you breathe, I invite you, if you're not driving, to close your eyes. If you're not operating heavy machinery or have small children around with knives, and close your eyes. Take a moment for yourself here. Come into that powerful state where you have that flex, that win. I believe that everyone has a big move in them, that women in particular have a big move. She's got a big move. She's up to something. She is up to something. We don't know what it is yet, but she's up to something. Every woman has a big move in her. I just know it. We might not have told anyone about it. Like this podcast sat quietly in the back for so long. And then it was like, okay, no, there's no right time. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. That's my big move, right? This year, that was my big move. Maybe the big move is saying yes to yourself, though, again. Maybe it's saying, I'm not going to put myself in those situations again. I'm going to care for myself. I'm going to take myself on that walk. I'm going to say no to that person because I'm saying yes to me. I'm going to get myself that beautiful black dress. And this dress, I want to say reciprocity to my friend, Nessa, who is actually caring for my son right now as I do this podcast. She gifted me this today, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it. And yeah, that's my little microphone. I'm going to wear it today. Feel all the positive vibes and all the love receiving. Take a moment. You have a big move. There's a vision in you already. What is that vision you have for your life? If you're totally honest, and you could make that big move. What is the vision for your life moving forward from here, from 2025, from New Year's Eve, or whenever you are listening to this? What's that look like moving forward for you? Breathing into it. You might not see a vision. You might hear something. You might smell something. You might be able to feel something. Maybe it's a color. Maybe it's the book. Maybe it's the material, the clothes, or there's something else that you can tangibly connect with there. Maybe you see a picture on the wall. And if you're having trouble creating any vision or connecting to anything at all, just sitting with and being with yourself and just noticing, that's enough. What would it feel like to have a vision for my life? I wonder what's underneath that. What if I gave myself permission to dream a little bit bigger, to stretch myself and to grow? One thing I gave myself permission to do this year was to experiment, to run experiments, to just try it, to just get out there and try it. Not be worried about the outcome or how it's going to work or any of that. Just try it. Just run the experiment. This is part of one of the experiments, her Brave Story podcast. And here I am, still at the end of the year, sitting with you. What would a vision for your life look like? What color would it be? What are you wearing? Where do you see yourself? What do you truly want for your life? Like, if you're honest. Somebody said really, really honest. And it's so interesting how people can be really, really honest. Maybe alone or in your journal or even on chat. Some people are talking to the computer like more deeply than we talk to one another. And you don't have to say it out loud here, but if you want to name it, if you want to drop it in the chat, if you want to send it to me, do it. Every time we declare these things, it helps it make it real for us. And at the same time, keeping it in and germinating it is so powerful too. Neville Goddard talks about keeping these dreams safe and contained in germination and not spreading them too far, but knowing specifically what we want is extremely valuable. How much money do you want to make? How many places do you want to visit? How many walks do you want to do? How many plants do you want to grow in your garden? How many flowers? How many days of the week are you committed to taking care of yourself with going to the gym or meeting up with friends? Yeah, let's get specific. What's your vision look like? Write it down. Take a moment right now to write it down. If you can't write it down right now, let's take one word or one feeling or one sound or one color, frame it for yourself. Boom, that moment. Store it. You can program your mind. This frontal lobe, it's activated. This is where our energy is coming out and coming forth. We are highly creative beings. And joy is a frequency. I keep saying this, but yes, joy is a frequency. We can elevate our frequency when we know where we want to go. We know what we want to let go of, what we're committed to letting go of, and what we're committed to embracing. And that's why we're here today, brave souls, because your story matters. Your story matters. And this is something that one of our guests is here, Jennifer Grant, who is a story doula, a story alchemist. She said, your story matters. Don't let anybody stop you from living or telling your story. Such powerful medicine. And so many women have come on here and talked about the power of decision, the decision they made to go all in on themselves. Your vision is your commitment to going all in on yourself. You say, yep, I got this big move. And maybe you can't flex it right now and you don't want to tell anybody, that's okay. But you have that big move and you keep it alive. Our world needs you, needs your voice, needs your creative energy, needs your spark, brave souls. I would love to hear what your vision is. And yesterday, some powerful visions were shared in her way forward, and my heart was moved so much. Incredible, incredible people are here, right now in this room, listening, right here, right now, contributing. You are one of those people. You are here for a reason. God, the universe, source has purpose in your life. I know it. Every single one of us matters. And women's stories matter, brave souls. This is how we come to the close of this New Year's Eve celebration of the brave, honoring and acknowledging of the things that were really hard, because these things, these thorns, these are what grow us. These are what transform us. There's one thing I actually haven't added in, but it's really important, and I added in yesterday, and I'd love to share with you today, which is, who supported you this year, brave souls, to become the person who you are right now in this moment? Who supported you? Who's one person you can name that supported you? Maybe it's a relative, maybe it's a friend, a colleague, maybe it was a stranger, maybe it was somebody you don't even know who helped you somehow, and you are where you are right now in this moment because of that person. Let's write that person's name down. Let's send them a message and say, wow, you know what you did for me really helped me. I'm so grateful, because none of us get here alone, brave souls. If you are finding it hard to find one person, and maybe that is you this year, everything went really tough, everybody kind of disappeared, you didn't have anyone, my heart goes out to you big time. Thank yourself. You showed up for you. You showed up here right now listening to this tells me that you are the kind of person who's leaning into the discomfort of whatever is happening in your life. And because of that, you are going places and you are growing. And love and care for the person who showed up for you. This morning, I spent the morning handwriting messages out to, or hand tailoring messages that I texted out to all the people who've supported me today. They have supported me throughout this year, but I sent the messages today. And it felt so good to write it down and to name it, to say, in particular, this thing. You know, if you hadn't been here for me that day, I don't know what I would have done. This year, I needed extra support for many things. I couldn't have done any of it alone. Even the teachers for my son and the people I get to work with. And a huge shout out to all the women I've got to work with this year. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so proud of you and so happy for you and all the ways that you have grown. You continue to inspire me daily. And it is because of you that I keep going and keep building and keep creating, because I see the impact of women-centered work. I see the impact of women coming together. I see the impact of safe spaces like this to share and to amplify one another and to learn from one another. So as we name this person and celebrate this person, and maybe there's some other form of support that's helped you. Maybe it was a mentor. I'd like to thank my mentor, Dr. Claire Zamet, and my mom. My goodness, my mom has helped me so much this year. Thank you, Mom. I don't know if you'll get to listen to this, but I know you listen to a lot of the podcasts. So I love you. Thank you. Thank you for loving and supporting my son, Kainoa, and I through one of the biggest years I've faced in a really long time. Let's send our love and gratitude out to these people, to these places, to the support systems that support us. We all need support, brave souls. And we all need play. What's bringing you joy right now? What is bringing you joy? Let's spread that around. Play is bringing me so much joy. You know, play stimulates the vagus nerve. Play is instrumental in well-being. It lowers our cortisol levels, our stress levels, calms our mind, body, and soul. Soothing, nourishing fun. If you haven't had a chance to come and check out some of the free sessions that I offer, I highly encourage you to do that. They're play sessions. They're free. They're to reconnect with who you are and cut through the noise and come back to play and joy by understanding what's been blocking them, what the play blockers are, and how we can navigate our lives differently so we can feel more ease, joy, and freedom, and soften, truly soften into who we truly are. Oh my goodness, I'm getting nasally and teary. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for having me show up as I am right now. I deeply appreciate you. It's been an honor and a joy to be with you. Thank you to all the women again who have come on Her Brave Story podcast. There's some really exciting guests coming up for next year. We are in season 2, chapter 2, and we're moving into 2026 with fire. And we are rolling and getting a rolling start. If you had the chance to join us here today, thank you so much. If you have a chance to join us later, thank you. Your story matters. Send me DMs. Let me know what you wrote down. What came up for you? I would love to hear it. I want to know your vision, your joy, what you're letting go of. One last thing, right? This is my way. Take those pieces of paper, the things you wrote down that you are committed to releasing. Okay, and we are going to tear them off. We're going to make little pieces of paper, okay, with the writing on it. And I'm going to encourage you to get a fireproof bowl. Just a ceramic bowl will be fine. You can write really tiny pieces if you want. And you're going to burn it. Burn these, okay? Going to burn them because you are committed to releasing them, and you are embracing 3 new things instead. Because this is your life, brave soul, and you decide. You decide. You go first. You decide. You can decide to feel good. You can decide to play. You can decide to love on yourself every single day. I really look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing those pictures of the flames. Remember this. You are worth it. A massive thank you to everyone who has supported me this year. I want to send a thank you out to my friends at Yarnin. They support local mob. I want to send a shout out to my friends at Abyss. You can check out the show notes to see a discount on their amazing eco products there that I wear in the sea. And a shout out to Riverside. If you are looking to start your own podcast, go and check out the link at herbravestory.com where you can find us. Shout out to all of you who are listening here and all the subscribers and anyone who has left us a review. If you care about this show and amplifying the voices of women rising, please subscribe, leave a review, or share our show. There are just 3 free things that you can do, and come over and check out the show notes to see some free things that we have for you there. I will be here next time you hit play with a smile and your dose of Her Brave Story, because women's stories matter. Remember this, you are worth it, brave souls, and thrive on. I will see you next year in 2026. Be great. Aloha!